everyone, a very warm welcome to a brand new edition of Verdict 2016 on Rajya Sabha Television with me, Frank Pereira. Let's begin with today's Verdict headlines. Political fight erupts over evacuation of Indians from war-torn Middle East. Kerala Chief Minister furious with the Prime Minister for crediting centre for evacuation of Indians. Foreign Minister weighs in on the row in a series of sharply worded tweets. DMK leader Kandimari speaks exclusively to Rajya Sabha Television, confident that the DMK-led alliance will win the Tamil Nadu Assembly at polls, says the time for freebies is over. And we throw the spotlight on the tourism sector in Rameshwaram, a top-draw tourist destination in Tamil Nadu. The island lacks basic facilities. We focus on the demands of the people of the region. Well, in an escalating war of words between the centre and the Kerala government, External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj has hit out at Kerala Chief Minister Oommen Chandy. In a series of tweets today, Swaraj credited the centre for evacuating Indians, including Keralites, from the war-torn regions outside the country. Chandy had raised objections to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's speech in Kerala, where the Prime Minister had said that the centre had saved people and evacuated families from Libya.
It was thanks to the embassy's intervention that their salaries were paid and their exit visas were issued, and they were able to safely return to India today by commercial airlines. As External Affairs Minister had also tweeted, this is our pious duty towards our citizens.
Earlier in the day, Chandy also slammed Prime Minister Narendra Modi and urged him to correct his statement that the infant mortality rate among scheduled tribes in Kerala is worse than that of Somalia. At a press conference held in Kochi, the Chief Minister said that the Prime Minister's statement was inaccurate, but he has maintained silence so far.
അതെല്ലാം ഒരു നിമിഷം കൊണ്ട് രാജ്യത്തിന്റെ പ്രധാനമന്ത്രി തട്ടിത്തെറിപ്പിച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അത് തെറ്റാണ്, തെറ്റ് പറ്റിയതാണ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടും അതിനെ നിഷേധിക്കാനോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അത് തെറ്റായിട്ട് ഉദ്ധരിച്ചതാണ് എന്ന് പറയാനോ തയ്യാറാകാതെ അദ്ദേഹം പിന്മാറിയിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഇത് വളരെ ഗൗരവത്തോടു കൂടിയാണ് കേരള ഗവൺമെന്റ് കാണുന്നത്.
Well, joining me for a chat right now is our correspondent Akhilesh Suman, live from Kerala. Akhilesh, with 4 days to go for elections to be held in Kerala, the war of words has escalated to a new height.
There is some flavor in the Kerala election.
There is some flavor in the Kerala election. Earlier it was too
real three-corner fight as far as the media, the common political environment is concerned. And it is because Prime Minister is going there, Home Minister is going there, and a galaxy of ministers and RSS workers and leaders, they are all inside Kerala and Tamil Nadu, and most importantly in Kerala. So no other issue other than if you hear the UDF leaders, Oommen Chandy, Sara Misri, Satisanand of CPM, Puducherry region, everybody is first attacking BJP and they are coming to each other. So you can understand that.
So you can understand that the 50% minority population of Kerala and every party, either UDF or LDF, they have to target BJP and NDA so that those minorities can understand that who is our best friend. And other than that, the whole turmoil in Middle East, and Kerala people are the one who are going there in the majority, in the large numbers. They cannot stay there because the citizenship is a problem, and also they cannot stay there because security is a problem. But they get good money when they go, and they have to back. So in last 1 or 2 years, Ministry of External Affairs and the India government has really done well and good things to evacuate those people who are trapped in the war-torn zone. So everybody wants to take credit. Prime Minister takes credit, External Affairs Minister takes credit, and whenever there was some problem, Oommen Chandy, the Chief Minister of Kerala, used to fly to New Delhi, he used to write the External Affairs Minister and the Prime Minister to evacuate those people, to give facilities to their people so that they can be safely brought back to Delhi and Chennai and whatever, Thiruvananthapuram. So everybody is now realizing that everybody wants to take credit of it, and India in a way wants to take the utmost credit as far as the internationally people coming from Gulf is concerned. And there is another interesting thing that chartered flights are being hired to take people from the Gulf to this state and who can vote there, and who can also again go. IUML, one of the major components of UDF, they are chartering flights. They are inviting people from the Gulf who are NRIs, and they will come here, they will vote, and they will again go. Frank.
Indeed, you've been in Kerala for a while now, covering the length and breadth of Kerala. You've spoken to several migrants as well who've returned from the Gulf. What is their situation like at the moment, and what is it that they are saying right now?
Going there and who are coming there. When they are there, you can...
Yeah. When they are there, you can understand that 20 to 30% people get good money. 70 to 80% of people who don't get that good money, and when they are back, for them it is very difficult to be accommodated in the mainstream of Kerala society as well as the Kerala economy. So migrants are in a really tight soup. So they go there, but when they find trouble there because of the local laws also, they have to face a lot. So migrants are becoming a voice in Kerala election, and I think that they will see that who had been good to them in past years, and they will vote accordingly.
All right, Akhilesh Suman, we'll have to leave to that. Thank you so much for joining us there with those details. Meanwhile, Kerala Home Minister Ramesh Chennithala is confident of winning his home constituency Haripada for the fourth time. Rajya Sabha TV correspondent Akhilesh Suman spoke to him about the UDF's prospects in the upcoming elections. Let's listen into what he had to say.
There have been so many complaints against this government that the police is not working, elections is announced, and then there has been inaction on many parts. So what is your view that is there is someone who is trying to work against the government from the administration?
Yeah. Definitely this Kerala is one of the peaceful states in India. In the law and order, we are the number one. Allegations by the opposition people that if one case it will take little more time. How can you say that the entire state machinery has been broken down? It's not correct.
Since you are the in charge of law and order here, so that's why I am asking that National Commission for Women Chairman went to the Election Commission, and she has told that the case should be expedited because investigation is not being done. What is your comment? What is the problem in investigation?
The National Commission for Women has been constituted by the BJP government. So they want to politicalize the issue.
Do you know police in Kerala better than anyone knows it? Why this case is taking too long a time?
See, there are certain cases which will take time. That now this BJP and CPM is politicalizing the issue. They wanted to say that this because of the government inefficiency. It's not correct. And all the more, my hands are tied up because once the election is announced, nobody can do anything. Or Minister
So that is the question, that whether election announcement and election commission has made some restriction for Mr. Chennithala that he cannot act too much.
Not only mine, entire government machinery is paralyzed. Everything is under the election commission. Once the election announced, it is like that. So we have to find out a mechanism in future so that this kind of situation will not arise.
Mr. Chandi was telling that this is a direct fight between UPA and NDA at some places or many of the places. So people are analyzing it as if there is some alliance between NDA and UPA at some places. What is the situation?
It is absurd, and we are fighting with LDF. Omanjandi was saying in one constituency when he went for a program. That doesn't mean, and his entire speech has been released. And this is opposition charge, nothing to do with that. We, the Congress party, and UDF is fighting against BJP like anything.
Last question. Since every 5 years the government changes in Kerala, do you think that this time going to be some change?
Yeah, this time the government will continue. The people will give us a mandate so that the continuity will be there.
Why are you so confident?
Because the people's response is so tremendous.
Well, in the traditionally bipolar politics of Kerala, BJP is giving sleepless nights to both the United Democratic Front and the Left Front, popularly known as UDF and LDF respectively. To give these alliances a run for their money, the BJP has formed an alliance with 12 smaller regional parties. But what are the parties' chances in the upcoming polls? Let's find out. The BJP is upbeat about its chances in the upcoming Kerala polls. No one believes that they will win the election, but the party has added flavour to the seemingly one-to-one confrontation between the left and the Congress-led alliances.
They are expecting that at least some votes they will get from their constituency, what they call their caste thing. So if that works out, what we are going to expect that this time they may poll more votes compared to last elections. That is what's going to be the deciding the elections. Whose vote they are going to take.
The BJP's main plank is development and main face is still Prime Minister Narendra Modi. However, they are banking on the recent surge in influence of the RSS in the state. The RSS has activated all its 5,500 shakas and they are planning to give a triangular fight in the 70 assembly constituencies out of the total 140 constituencies in the state.
We are fighting to form a government. Earlier, we had fight to open an account in Kerala Rajya Sabha Assembly. Now we are fighting for forming a government. 71 plus is our aim. We will win. There is no problem. The CPM and the Congress, however, believe that the BJP is just a spoiler and there is no chance for the BJP at all in the state.
No, this election, they have got some vote in the narrow level. They cannot capture no one seat. No one seat, they cannot succeed.
There is no incumbency, anti-incumbency against the existing government in Kerala. Definitely we will come back. Definitely we will come back. The situation is in favor of the UDF and the Congress. There is every chance to come back.
The BJP has emerged as a third force in the state. Its propaganda is massive and there is an impact on some communities too.
There may be slight vote swing in majority community and this may lead polarization among the minority. So this time polling pattern in Kerala will be very interesting and BJP is trying that there should be hung assembly so that people will ask them. Akhilesh Suman for Rajya Sabha Television with camera person Om Prakash in Trivandrum.
It's time for a short break now, but news and updates will continue right here on Verdict 2016. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Hello, I am Ishan Russell.
I'm Tracy Shilchi and you're watching News Tonight.
Together with the team of our
Dedicated professionals from across various fields.
This is Shyam Sundar,
Vishal Dahiya,
Akhilesh Suman,
Frank Pereira from Beijing, China.
Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
We bring to you
the news that matters here on Rajya Sabha TV.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha Television and in news from poll-bound Tamil Nadu now, DMK leader Kannimozhi is expressing confidence that her party will win the elections this time. Speaking to Rajya Sabha Television's correspondent Ravindra Sharon, Kannimozhi said that the state had suffered enough under the AIADMK's rule.
Only 2 days to go for the elections. What is the feedback you are getting now?
No, it's a very positive feedback and we're very confident that the DMK will be forming the government after the elections.
But AIADMK has given a lot of promises and freebies has been given by them.
I don't think the people want any freebies anymore. They want development. They're looking at employment. They're looking at a more developed state. In this government, actually, people have suffered a lot. There's no development, no infrastructure, no industries have come in, there's no employment. Law and order is in a really bad situation. The health sector is suffering, agriculture and farmers have suffered. So definitely people want a change and they don't want freebies and women want prohibition in the state.
Yeah, the Chief Minister Jayalalitha is accusing DMK and especially Kalinjar of this Kaveri River dispute and that she is accusing that in 1969 the details has not been divulged so far of the agreement.
See, she has no right to talk about anything because she has not done anything to bring water, even as an interim relief to the farmers. She just makes false claims about things, but she hasn't even brought water as an interim relief for the farmers. So I don't think the farmers know the truth.
And about the employment is also a big problem. Employment here is a big problem. Farmers are in distress. What is the plan which the DMK, if the formed government, then they will come up with?
No, DMK has given out a very clear-cut plan for bringing in industries. We've announced a 5-year tax holiday and a 100-day clearance. Within 100 days, a single window clearance for all industries which come into Tamil Nadu. And we've given out schemes for more power schemes. And of course, for the farmers, the minimum support price has been increased, and a waiver of farm loans, and we will be supporting farming in a long-term basis. You know, there is a vision for agriculture in our budget.
A huge amount of cash has been seized this time. The cash has crossed more than 100 crores rupees. What is the stand of DMK party?
DMK has been very clearly saying that the ruling party is planning to distribute a lot of money to the voters, and that has to be stopped. So, I mean, this is an example, and this is a proof to show that we've been right. And it's good that the Election Commission is taking preventive measures, but then this is not enough. Much more has to be done.
Well, joining me for a chat right now is our correspondent Ravindra Sharon from Tamil Nadu at the moment. Well, Ravindra Sharon, 4 days to go for the elections, and what's the situation like on the ground there in Tamil Nadu?
The situation is very tough here. The society is complex, and elections as approaching. The Election Commission has pulled their socks up. They are ready to deal with any kind of untoward incident. The security, all the arrangements has already been done. This is a very historical election, Frank. I must tell you, this time 100 crore rupees have already been seized. This is unprecedented in the history of Indian election. This is for the first time when such a huge amount of money has been seized. On the other hand, the smaller parties like the BJP and the PMK are saying that this is only the tip of the iceberg. If the Election Commission will be able to successfully reach the root of the money trail, then it will be a historical and very astonished for the whole country to see that such amount of money has been used to buy the voters. Beside this, the Election Commission has to fight on double front. One front, they have to fight a battle with the people who are distributing the money. They have to tackle the network of the money distributors. On the other hand, they have to work how to give Pollyanna and the confidence to the people who have to cast the vote, who wants to cast the vote for the better democracy. On the dual front, they have to fight. On the other hand, the political parties are busy in exchanging and trading charges against each other. The AIADMK is charging Karunanidhi and the DMK party, and they are holding them responsible for the present water crisis which the Tamil Nadu state is going right now. They are saying that in 1969, when the pact was signed between the Karnataka government over the water sharing of Kaveri, the details has not been divulged so far. And there is, the DMK party has connived in a conspiracy, and ultimately this is resulting into the loss of water for the poor farmers of Tamil Nadu. On the other hand, the DMK party is accusing the chief minister of imperturbable, insouciant and aloof behavior when the people of Tamil Nadu required her most at the time of floods in the last November. Unprecedented amount of rainfall was there in many of the cities where millions of property has been lost. Many precious life has been lost. The DMK is saying that no, the chief minister was not available to help the people. And the third part, if we talk about the BJP, the campaign is being led by the Prime Minister himself. They are saying that both the Dravid parties are responsible for the poor state of Tamil Nadu right now. The farmers are in distress because there is no clear-cut policy for the help of the farmers with the both Dravidian parties, as they are ruling since 1968.
Indeed. All right.
They are not coming up with any clear-cut plan. This Tamil Nadu state has more than 13 districts which are on the coastal area. So there is a lot of huge resources are available with the state, but still, though the political parties are not in this position to explore maximum of their natural resources, and ultimately the corruption is also
Ravindra Sharon, running out of time, we'll have to leave to that. Thank you so much for joining us there with those details from Tamil Nadu and putting things into perspective for us. We'll come back to you, of course, during the course of the days to get the latest from Tamil Nadu. Meanwhile, every year, Rameshwaram sees thousands of devotees flocking to the city, but the lack of proper infrastructure and facilities poses a huge problem for the tourists there. This and many other issues are dominating the upcoming polls in Tamil Nadu. Here's more.
Rameshwaram is one of the 4 main pilgrimage sites in India that is widely revered by Hindus. Small but beautiful Rameshwaram is a top draw tourist destination in Tamil Nadu, but unfortunately it lacks basic facilities.
Infrastructure तो बहुत कमी है. Traffic. The main problem is traffic and bio toilets. रोड सुविधा नहीं है, पानी बिल्कुल नहीं है पीने के लिए. No drainage, proper drainage, no proper drainage.
Lack of drinking water and affordable guest houses are some of the problems tourists face in the religious town. Depletion in the groundwater level is a cause of concern for the local farmers. The government has remained ignorant of the people's demand of a dam in the area.
यहाँ से आपको लंबा दूर से कोई ट्रेन इन जाने आने के लिए कुछ करना चाहिए और तमिलनाडु से भी यहाँ का नॉर्थ पे भी और बाद में इधर यात्री लोग ज़्यादा आने के लिए और होटल वगैरह कुछ एक्स्ट्रा बनाने के लिए.
The ruling AIADMK, however, claims that the government has been doing work for the development of the area.
यहाँ से हिंदुस्तानी से और बाहर से भी बहुत लोग आता है. उसका सेवा करने के लिए बहुत सिस्टम दे दिया अम्मा. मेरा अम्मा तो है इधर मंदिर में तो है आने वाला का फ्री भोजन देता है. रामेश्वरम मात्र नहीं है, तमिलनाडु पूरा देता है. ये तो हिंदुस्तान में भी दूसरा स्टेट में भी देखता है कैसा अम्मा का ऐसा अच्छा सिस्टम बना था करके.
Rameshwaram is an island just off the mainland and Sri Lanka is less than 50 kilometers away. Security of fishermen who are often caught by the Lankan Navy is a big issue in the region.
Ramanathapuram district's basic problem is fishermen problem. Fishermen problem is a lot of fishermen depend upon the source of sea. So lot of go to fishing, but in Sri Lanka Navy attacked fishermen, our fishermen, and also get the arrested boat also.
This election season, all political parties are making attempts to woo voters by promising development of the region. But will they keep their promises or fail again? Ravindra Sharon's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, for the first time since the party was founded in 1972, AIADMK has fielded its candidates in all the 10 constituencies in Madurai district for the May 16th Assembly elections. Even the left parties and the DMK are eyeing victories in the north and south of Madurai constituencies, paving way for an intense electoral contest. Here's a report.
Madurai is all set to witness a fierce political battle between the AIADMK and its rivals. The maximum seats the ruling party has contested in the city was during the 1977 and 2006 elections. The party contested 8 of the 10 constituencies while giving 2 to allies. In 2011, it contested 6 seats and gave 4 to its allies, but this time it is fielding candidates in all 10 seats.
இந்திய திருநாட்டின் வாழும் மனித தெய்வம் தமிழ்நாட்டின் நிரந்தர முதலமைச்சர் மாண்புமிகு அம்மா அவர்கள் மீண்டும் தமிழ்நாட்டில் முதலமைச்சர் ஆக்கிட அயராது பாடுபட்டு கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். மதுரை மாநகர் மாவட்டத்தின் இருக்க 4 தொகுதிகளையும் மாண்புமிகு கூட்டுறவுத்துறை அமைச்சர் செல்லூர் கே ராஜ் அவர்கள் தலைமையில்.
For a long time, the temple city has been a left bastion. The CPM won Madurai East 5 times and the Madurai North, Madurai West and Madurai South seats 1 time each. The CPM was pitted against the Congress and was an ally of either the AIADMK or the DMK in both the Lok Sabha or the Assembly elections. Now the CPM and the CPI are part of the People's Welfare Front, setting the stage for the high-stake elections.
Madurai CPI, CPM, 3 seats, confirm winning. Hello, Tamil Nadu. PWF winning surely. Challenge.
A day after DMK candidates list was released, party treasurer N.K. Stalin also started his election campaign from Madurai, making it a battle of prestige.
திமுக கண்டிப்பாக ஜெயிக்கும். மதுரையில் வந்து திமுக கண்டிப்பாக மதுரை மாவட்டத்தில் தமிழ்நாடு பூராமே திமுக ஜெயிக்கும். ஏன்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா இந்த ஆட்சியோட அலங்கோலம் அப்படி இருக்குது. எந்த ஒரு நலத்திட்டமும் பொதுமக்களுக்கு போய் சேரல, எந்த ஒரு வளர்ச்சி திட்டமும் தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு போய் சேரல.
Meanwhile, residents flag many issues that the next government needs to address. Traffic snarls and water shortage are high on their list.
Tamil Nadu political very worst. Traffic problem, dust problem, road thickness, very worst. Weather problem, water problem. Tamil Nadu political leaders very worst.
Madurai district has 10 assembly constituencies. Mellur, Madurai East, Sholavandan, Madurai North, Madurai South, Madurai Central, Madurai West, Tiruparankundaram, Tirumangalam and Usilapatti. It has over 24 lakh voters who will cast their ballots on May 14th. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, that's it on this edition of Verdict 2016. Have a good evening.